I don't know, because there's been, I can hardly remember an issue over the past decade that has been so widely discussed, so widely covered, so widely analyzed from different angles as the Iran-Saudi agreement. And I have really hadn't the time to go through
Sure.
all of them actually. But the thing is that, as I said, there are some, I already mentioned actually, there are some too optimistic or too pessimistic sort of analysis of the situation and of disagreements, with which I really don't agree, because on the one side, many people tend to say that this is a huge blow to the role of the United States in the region. As I said, I don't agree, and I'm not thinking that the United States has basically woken up to a surprise. This is something, a result of their policies and their deliberate strategy in terms of shifting actually toward the east, containing China from its own neighborhood, things like that. So the Middle East is not the same as it was before in the US grand strategy. And on the other side, of course, I don't agree with some very optimistic views, especially those presented inside these two countries, Iran and Saudi Arabia, that it's going to be the end of hostilities. It's going to be sort of actual new beginning in the relationship. It is a huge development, as I said, and the potential is still there. But we need to be really cautious in our analysis, because first we need to wait for these 2 months to see if for example, the embassies are going to be reopened, actually, if nothing is going to collapse. And after 2 months, maybe we can, at least with a sort of better prospect, start to analyze that. So yeah, that's what my analysis may differ. I tend to stay in the middle and to look at the developments coming from both sides, and also from different levels, from the international level and domestic levels, and to continue analyzing this situation. So this is important. This is not a fixed event for us to analyze. This is a trend, and we need to have like constant analysis of
confirmation.
Of the situation, to see where it is going toward, actually.
And being an optimist on this, but with gathering data and confirmation. If you think about it on the final note, what would be one of these confirmation signals that you are looking for?
It would be, to me, the success, the eventual success of this agreement would depend on the materialization of that economic aspect. Right. Nothing in the region, especially these days, will remain in place without having an economic element. The role of China in the region, the foundation of that actually was economic. And in that sense, because you cannot change history, you cannot put aside all those kind of constructed, I would say, or actual, constructed and actual hostility between Iran and Saudi Arabia, given the ideological, religious, all this sort of differences. So what's the key to a better relationship? It's economy. So if I see concrete news about the Saudis, doing this or that investment, or a financial channel actually being established between the two countries, then I would say, okay, this is a new phase, and we can be more optimistic about it.
All right.